There are 20 days until Overwatch 1 Season 1 finishes. And remember, these seasons are 9 weeks long. This has gone from the 4th of October up until, well, into December when it should finish. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Stylosa. And I'm afraid to say this, but it looks like Overwatch is really struggling as a live service game. And I think the most glaring example of this is the delaying of this mid-season cycle patch, which is now essentially an end-of-season cycle patch. So we're going to effectively move into a world of 20 days or so of whatever this patch turns out to be on Season 1, and then we roll into Season 2, which is going to presumably have a load of changes again. So we're going to get a bunch of changes very quickly when we haven't really got any changes since the launch of the game, and that is not a very healthy way to run this game. Now, I'm pretty sure Blizzard did want to get these patches out. In fact, I'm almost certain they wanted this patch, this mid-season patch, to go out as the Overwatch League teams got access to this, which was a week before the Overwatch League finals. Instead, we're in a scenario where the Overwatch League finals were played on this mid-cycle patch. However, we have not played this patch because it's not in the game yet. Now, it should have launched yesterday. If you're watching this video on the day of launch, it is the 16th of the 11th, or the 11th of the 16th if you're American. Do your dates properly, that's what I'll say to you guys. Well, basically on the 15th of November, this patch should have gone live, but it didn't, and this is the response from Blizzard. Today's patch is delayed as we work to resolve a critical issue. We'll provide an update here and set the patch live as soon as the problem is addressed. This includes the upcoming balance changes, bug fixes, including those that affect May, and core content updates we have planned for this patch. This delay also impacts the delivery of Overwatch League viewership incentives and perks from the post-season matches during the period between October the 30th and November the 4th, along with the rotation of cosmetics in the Overwatch League shop. Daily and weekly challenges will reset today, as well as the standard shop refresh. Thank you for your understanding. We'll be working on releasing this patch as soon as possible. Right, and then they updated it and says, actually, we are now going to launch this patch on the 17th at 11 a.m. PST. So again, if you're watching this video on the day it went live, that's tomorrow. Now, obviously, Blizzard do not want to delay this any further. It is obviously causing them major issues. It's pushing back all kinds of content because they're having to wait to update the game. But it shows you that they are maybe really struggling to run this game as it should be run. Now, this ties into a bunch of other issues. This ties into issues of players speaking up about, well, kind of being a bit bored. They're a bit sick of playing the same meta for so long. Patches should come a little bit faster than they are coming, and I agree with that. I think they should. I think waiting for a big patch at the start of a season and then going for sort of like a mid-season mediocre balance patch doesn't really cut it. We already know that Sojourn is crazy OP right now in the game, yet Blizzard haven't even addressed her. We know that Doomfist is in a pretty sorry state, yet Blizzard haven't really addressed him. We know that Junker Queen, again, is really struggling. Blizzard haven't bothered to address them. Will they address them in Season 2? Maybe they are. Now, we can kind of look at this from a point of view of if this patch launched when it should have done back in, let's say, October the 30th, then okay, that's a month into the season. Let's say maybe not October the 30th, but let's just say if it was meant to launch in the middle, so 4.5 weeks into this season we get the patch, then we would have been playing a different meta and things would have been a little bit different. And I think a lot of the thoughts the player base have had around this will be a little bit different. I think mine would be as well, because we wouldn't just be playing the same old Zarya meta and yeah, that's kind of it, Zarya Sojourn in every game. There's also other issues as well. In that blue post they mentioned, but yeah, the shop refresh will still be a thing. Well, unfortunately, the shop refresh is again a massive slap in the face of Overwatch players. This May skin, you cannot even... You can't play May. May is not in the game. May is reliant on the season patch, or the mid-season patch, being in the game because she's been disabled because you could abuse her. Now, May, where is she? But wait, we're selling her skin. $10 skin, by the way, and I don't think this is a very good skin either, but they're selling it for $10. What about the unlucky players that log into the game? Just bear with me. They log into the game, maybe they click on the shop, and they go, oh, look, there's a new May skin. I'm a May main, I'm going to buy this skin. So they buy it, and then they go, okay, I'm going to play some games. Maybe they just queue for quick play comp or whatever, and they're like, where's May? May's not even selectable. Yeah, because May's been removed out of the game. So they're selling a skin for a character that is not in the game. This is a joke. And you know what is even more of a joke? They could just turn this off. And we know they could just turn this off. And we know this isn't reliant on the patch because of what was said in the blue post. And they can just update the store without updating the game. And we know this because they do it all the time. Why have they still got this for sale? This is absolute greed, and it needs to go away. They need to be better than this, you do, Blizzard. Honestly, you need to be. Things like this really get me down when I'm looking at you and I'm like, guys, you should be reaching for the stars. You should be the retro star, maybe, but you should be reaching for the stars. You should be trying to be the best you can be instead of like, now we'll just leave this in. It's fine. We'll try and get the patch out. Oh, the patch is delayed. Oh, yeah, but we've still got the May skin for sale in the store. We'll just leave it. Oh, look, people are buying it. Just leave it. Get lost. That should be taken out of the store, and it's a disgrace that it's not. So another thing, and actually the thing I want to end the video on, is I am seeing a lot of people talking about being burnt out on Overwatch, almost being bored because there's not enough things to do. There isn't enough diversity going into the game. There isn't enough updates going into the game. And this does cycle back to what I opened the video with. And that's the idea of maybe they do need to update this game faster. Maybe their grand promises of, yeah, we're going to give you loads of content and it's going to be awesome, they're not really working at the moment. And I don't think we can go into Season 2 and have the same sort of situation we faced in Season 1. If we do, then there's going to be, I think, a bit of a problem. My issue is, I think every time Blizzard gets something wrong with Overwatch, especially when it's something that you would hope they could easily fix, or it's just an oversight like the May skin being in the store when May's not available. Okay, things like this patch, you know, they're more technical. They've changed the way Overwatch is updated. There's loads of things going on behind the scenes there. I get that. But you can't keep doing this. You can't roll into Season 2. Imagine if we're in a world where the Season 2 patch is just delayed because, oh no, it's broke. But then they just suddenly start updating the store. But by the way, guys, there's all new stuff in the store you can buy. But yeah, we're still working on fixing Season 2. Oh, there's massive game-breaking bugs. And in fact, this is also another issue. There has been a lot of bugs, a hell of a lot of bugs. If you list all of the issues, I'm not going to list them, but I challenge you guys to list them. It is actually pretty funny if you list them, if you're like, well, which heroes have been taken out of rotation or just taken out of the game? Not even rotation because they're not in rotation. It's like, well, okay, Bastion was just removed for a long time because he was bugged. Yes, his ultimate was totally broke. And then it's like, oh, who's next? Oh, look, May. Let's get her out of the game. It was Brig. Brig's barrier, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but you could make your barrier invincible. Excuse me, what? These are not minor bugs. These are like game-breaking, devastating bugs that destroy the game. In fact, there's a bug at the moment where Mercy can actually use one of her emotes and just hide inside a wall and contest a payload forever. Yeah, and other characters can do it as well, but it's like, come on, what is going on? These are issues that are pretty major issues, and the game is like, I'd imagine the guys at Blizzard are really trying to pull out all the stops and work to fix these issues. And honestly, you know, the devs, they're great people. I don't have anything against the devs. My issue is the way things are seemingly... Yes, they like to say this is an early access game, right? But things feel like they are held together with a, well, I would say in the UK with a plaster. I know you guys in the US would say a band-aid. So let's roll with that, with a band-aid. And it's like, guys, this is going to keep falling apart at the seams. You need to really lock this down. And even we can look at things like the seasonal event, the Halloween event, which was okay, but it didn't really have any replayability. And so they delivered a good little story, but didn't deliver any replayability. And so players hit it and then leave. And then that makes players worry, well, what does PvE look like? Is it going to be the same sort of thing? I don't know. There's a lot of questions, guys, but let me know in the comments below what you think about all of this. I've been Stylosa, guys. You can follow me on everything, which is at Stylosa, and I'll catch you lovely, lovely, lovely lot on the next one. See you soon.